Shocking, but actually she should have been a bird. The Little Mermaid is out and the reviews are mixed. But let's talk about the real story behind the Little Mermaid. I mean, as real as it gets, because we are talking about mythical creatures at the end of the day. Let's dive into the Greek mythology. Who were the original mermaids? The Sirens. This might come as a shock to you, or you may know it already, but at the beginning the sirens were birds. And why should you trust what I'm saying? I'm Jura and I have a PhD in archaeology, so let's move on. Sirens were all-knowing demonic beings who stopped winds, calmed seas, and mesmerized sailors with their song. But was their father Triton like in the film? No. There are several versions though. One is that their father is Phorcus, primordial sea god, and the other that they were daughters of Ariel, the river god, and one of the muses. Some say that there were 2, others 4, or even 8 sirens, but the most popular ones were Teles, Raidne, Molpe, and Thelxiope. And where did they live? Probably in the western Mediterranean, Cape Pellorum in Sicily, or somewhere in the Gulf of Naples, or along the Amalfi Coast. Good locations. Some also say that they live in the underworld, where they take care of the dead and mourn them. But how were they created? Because we know that every good mythological creature has a good origin story. Well, at first sirens were beautiful girls and BFFs with Persephone, the daughter of goddess Demeter. When Hades abducted Persephone and took her to the underworld, the sirens begged the gods to give them wings so they could look for their friend over the earth and seas. Their prayers were answered, so they got bird feathers and legs, but they kept human faces and voices. They were mentioned in the Odyssey as extremely dangerous beings. The witch Circe warned Odysseus that on his way back home he would have to pass by an island where the 2 sirens were sitting on a flowery meadow surrounded by the bones of poor unfortunate souls who stopped to listen to their seductive song. Odysseus was intrigued. He certainly didn't want to die, but he wanted to hear the song. So he ordered his men to tie him tightly to the ship, and he sealed the ears of the sailors with beeswax. And when he heard the song, he was tempted to just abandon everything and join the sirens, whatever the cost. But he couldn't escape the ropes, so he was fine. Later, there was a version that 3 sirens were chasing down Odysseus because there was a prophecy that the sirens would die if someone passed by them. And yes, they died. On one occasion, Hera persuaded the sirens to enter a singing competition with the muses. This was a bad idea for the sirens because the muses won, and as a trophy they helped themselves with the feathers of their opponents and they made crowns out of them. Pretty messed up. Later on, during Christianity, sirens were interpreted as beautiful courtesans or prostitutes who sang pleasant melodies to men and were symbols of vice, of pleasure and worldly temptations. This is how they rationalized Greek myths. Also, Christianity was the time when siren became a synonym for mermaid with human body and fishtail. They were described in various bestiaries with the earliest illustrations in the 9th century. So while the people are arguing about whether a fictional character should have been played by a black actress, this is a reminder that if everybody, including Hans Cristian Andersen, wanted to be true to the first representations of a siren, they should have chosen a bird with the head of a woman. And the Little Mermaid should have killed Prince Ariel. Just saying. And write down in the comments if you think that this fairy tale and film would have been more interesting if we had a bird woman. Thank you for watching this video, and you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, send to all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!